Welcome to Mutual Fund Tracker. In this show, we are going to help you to find out the perfect investment guidance for your portfolio. Currently, both equity and debt markets are in volatile phase. In debt market, there is a crisis of confidence and shortage of liquidity. The major reasons of crisis of IL&FS. There are many mutual funds who have exposure to IL&FS. Let's welcome our guest, Mr. JOYDEEP, an independent debt advisor. Welcome to our show, Mr. JOYDEEP. Mr. JOYDEEP, there is a news going around about the IL&FS crisis. Before we start with the mutual fund, can you recapitulate how this company got into the crisis?
Sure. So let's see what the issue is. IL&FS is a large, very important company into infrastructure funding and execution of infrastructure projects. And it's a very important part of India's infrastructure development program. So what has happened is over the past month or so, the company has actually defaulted on payments. Payments to various people, including mutual funds, including insurance companies, including banks, and EPFO they have paid off. So the issue is that if a company as large as IL&FS and which is held in the portfolio of multiple mutual funds, so there is a kind of apprehensions of a systemic crisis or apprehensions of a what is called contagion effect. And the other issue is in the debt market, the market is not deep, as in liquidity is less, which means if there is a selling pressure and the market is not able to absorb it, so there are apprehensions of a systemic or other kind of crisis emanating from this issue. So that in a nutshell is the IL&FS crisis.
If there is a serious liquidity issue, but institutions have not failed, is there a chances of revival?
Oh, revival is very bright. To put it simply, from a practical perspective, the government cannot allow to let IL&FS fail. The reason is it is a very important part of the financial infra system of India. And if you look at the ownership or shareholding pattern of IL&FS, look at the shareholders. There is LIC, there are nationalized banks, and there are large corporations from abroad. So they just can't allow it to fail. So what they have done is they have stepped in and they have put a new management in place. As in, jo pehle log the, the management of the company, they are no more. And the government has named a panel of 6 eminent personalities who will take over the management of the company now. So now the whole issue is ki whatever defaults have happened, uska kya? So I can't give you a date or something, but the point is with the new management being in place, now when the company goes to the market to take fresh loans and try out something and repay the loans which they have defaulted, chances are bright. The reason is, अगर किसी को पहले confidence की कमी थी कि loan मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, now they are seeing a new management in place. The company के rights issue आने वाली है, they are trying other loans and other means. So the government can't allow, and chances are very bright that the company will again be revived and get going and make good the defaults which they have made over the last month or so.
Sharp downgrade to AAA to D in less than 2 months. It have taken everybody to a surprise. To whom do you hold a responsible?
That is a serious issue. What has happened is sometime earlier the company was AAA, which means rating में सबसे अच्छी rating. और अभी in a period of less than 2 months the company is D. D means default. तो क्या हो गया, कैसे हो गया? Everybody is taken by surprise. So the apparent blame is on the rating agencies, जिन्होंने पहले कंपनी को AAA दिया था, फिर AA+ कर दिया, फिर AA+ के बाद सीधा D, which is a very serious issue. Apparently yes, the rating agencies are to blame. But to be fair to the rating agencies, ये केस में हुआ क्या था? They went by the ownership pattern of the company. As I said, LIC, nationalized banks and other large corporations. And to an extent, they also went by the fact, as I said, the government can't allow it to fail. तभी debate की बात यह है, can a rating agency afford to do that? Did they go deep into it? So these things will be debated now. SEBI also will look into it, where the rating agencies were at fault. And those things will come to light now. एंड द अदर इशू इज ये लोगों का जो है कॉन्फिडेंस कम हो गई है. अभी लोग बोल रहे हैं कि रेटिंग एजेंसी का अगर ऐसी हालत है AAA से सीधा D इन पीरियड ऑफ लेस दैन 2 months, दे हैव टू वर्क ऑन रेस्टोरिंग द कॉन्फिडेंस ऑफ द पब्लिक. अगर कंपनी का रेटिंग AAA है तो उसका मतलब क्या है, उसका अहमियत क्या है? सो दैट हैज़ बिकम अ क्वेश्चन नाउ.
Now it's time to look over which debt mutual fund have exposure to IL&FS. Riya, over to you.
IL&FS, which is having an exposure across the entities, say for example NBFCs, HFCs, mutual fund houses and mutual fund houses having the highest exposures in short and ultra short funds, have faced these crises quite well despite having the redemption pressure. Some of the mutual fund houses which have slightly faced some liquidity mismatches are Aditya Birla Sun Life, Kotak, DSP and so on.
Thank you, Ria, for joining in. There are so many fund houses who have exposure to IL&FS. Do you think they are lack in their jobs?
In hindsight, yes. अभी ये बोल सकते हैं कि उन्होंने ठीक से काम नहीं किया था, देखा नहीं था ठीक से. So to an extent, they went by the credit rating. इसका rating AAA था, उन्होंने ये देख के invest कर लिया. In hindsight, yes, they should have taken a bit more of due diligence. उनको देखना चाहिए था कि कंपनी के जो प्रॉब्लम्स है, लिक्विडिटी इश्यूज़ है, कैश फ्लो इश्यूज़ है, कंपनी का प्रॉब्लम क्या है? इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेगमेंट में पैसा आने में टाइम लगता है. एज इन प्रोजेक्ट आज हुआ, पैसा बाद में आएगा. इनफैक्ट अब आज का जो प्रॉब्लम है, जो ड्यूज़ है, काफ़ी ड्यूज़ गवर्नमेंट से है एंड हाफ ऑफ दोज ड्यूज़ आर स्टक इन लिटिगेशन, एज इन कोर्ट में फंसा हुआ है. तो धीरे धीरे वो मामला सुलझ जाएगा, पैसा आएगा, इट विल टेक टाइम. तो शायद देखना चाहिए था म्यूचुअल फंड्स को, कंपनी के कैश फ्लो इश्यूज़ है, सो देयर मे बी सम प्रॉब्लम्स इन द कैश फ्लो फ्रंट.
Issue is quite serious, but I don't think investors have to worry about their portfolios. Thank you so much for joining in, Mr. JOYDEEP. We'll be back soon with more updates on Mutual Fund Tracker. Stay with us.